So because progressive conservative candidate hopeful Tanya Granic Allen has been on record as supporting the traditional definition of marriage, and because she has condemned that dehumanizing haberdashery, otherwise known as the burqa, well, the inevitable has happened. The smearing of Tanya Granic Allen has begun, carried out by the Liberals and the media party, and even some weasels in her own party. A recent Toronto Star headline spoke volumes, mainly because it wasn't really a headline at all, but rather almost a verbatim quote from Premier Kathleen Wynne. It read, quote, "Doug Ford not banning Tanya Granic Allen because he owes her for leadership race support, Wynne says," end quote. Yes, the Premier, like the Prime Minister, never shuts her mouth about the merits of diversity and inclusivity, but there's no room in that proverbial big tent if you're a social conservative, it would seem. That aside, Premier Wynne is right. Ford does owe Tanya and social conservatives, who the PC leadership candidate brought out. Yet why is ancient history being recycled as current affairs? Well, that's because the liberal war machine has trained its sights on Tanya, labeling her a homophobe and an Islamophobe, most certainly the two worst labels one can endure in politically correct, polite society today. Of course, Tanya is not the real target. The end goal for Wynne and the media party is to taint Ford by association. If Ford doesn't denounce Tanya, then Ford too is obviously an Islamophobe and a homophobe. And what makes Tanya worthy of these slurs in the first place? In terms of homophobia, did she assault some gay dude? Nope. Back in 2013 and 2014, Tanya made blog posts and tweets on gay marriage, one that she thought the Queen shouldn't break her oath, and another that she was shocked Malta was allowing gay marriage and adoption. Sorry, having a dissenting opinion doesn't make Tanya Granic Allen the second coming of Omar Mateen. Remember him? The Muslim who shot up that very haram Pulse nightclub in Florida, killing 49 mostly gay men in 2016? Oh, damn it, I shouldn't have said that. After all, in light of the Pulse massacre, it was Premier Wynne herself who said that, quote, "Homophobia cannot be fought with Islamophobia," end quote. That's code speak, folks, for please don't mention that the mass murderer was a soldier of Allah, because that might be, culturally insensitive. That's right, the Premier, a lesbian herself, threw her own gay community under the bus for fear of offending the religion of peace. Speaking of which, that leads us to the second accusation about Tanya Granic Allen, that she's an Islamophobe. Wynne has joined a dog pile consisting of other Liberals, New Democrats, and some Muslim groups that want Allen barred from the April 21st PC nomination race because of posts comparing Muslim women in burqas to bank robbers. Well, I guess I'm an Islamophobe too, not to mention the vast majority of Canadians that find the burqa and the niqab to be repulsive, sexist, and misogynistic. Oh, and guess what, folks? Google burqa and bank robbers, and you will find no shortage of stories that chronicle bad guys donning these Islamist ninja suits to pull off heists. Sadly, if liberals and their ilk really believed in equality and female empowerment, they would also condemn the burqa too. Instead, they'll condemn a conservative woman who goes to bat for women's rights. How perverse is that? In any event, in light of the homo-Islamophobia brouhaha, Doug Ford's office, but not Doug Ford himself, issued a statement noting that Tanya's comments, quote, "do not reflect the position of Ontario PC leader Doug Ford or the party," end quote. Doug Ford has not made any personal statements about the matter, but I really have to ask, if the PC party is willing to accept all conservatives, then can criticism of political Islam and support for traditional marriage be included too? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, you may have heard the Rebel has a brand new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.